This is the journey to one Africa. Good morning, everybody. It's a wonderful morning, and this is basically day one in Ethiopia. Guys, wonderful morning. I'm going for the forum, first day. I don't really know where it is, but I know I'll be able to find out once I get there. So I'm excited. Let's get this done. I think this is the only day for the forum because tomorrow we'll be touring the city. So I'm excited about this. All right, let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here in Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, and I'm here with my brother. No, I want to take this with you, man. I'm here with my brother, Akalu.
Yeah, sure.
Akalu, man, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you too, brother.
It's been a while. How have you been?
Yeah, good. You see, we've been trying our best to see Africa in a better place. We're fighting here and there, we're still doing good.
How are you doing, man? How about
great.
your activities, everything that you've been doing?
Sure. I've been trying my best, you see, here and there, you know, especially to see Africa in a better place. We're fighting. You and many Pan-Africans are trying their best. Especially today, I think AfriRun is dealing about the regional integration. That's going to be really wonderful. So hopefully we're going to see a better forum from it. So we're going to learn a lot from it also too.
I'm definitely going to speak to you later today, because right now we're about to start the discussion.
Sure.
And I would love to get your insight on the forum and everything. It's good to see you, my brother.
Good to see you too, brother.
One message to Africa.
Oh, just be united. Done. If we are getting together and then being united, we can free Africa and then the whole black nation in general.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, brother.
God bless Africa.
Alright guys, we've just finished the AfriRun Summit 2024, and this is the third version. We have already had the first one 2 years ago, the second one was last year, and this is the third one. First of all, I'm really grateful to be here to participate in this conversation. Sadly, I saw one of the questions somebody asked about and that was the question that I was about to ask, but unfortunately I was not able to ask because the time was up. So I'm really sorry that I did not represent that, but I'm just grateful that we had a dialogue like this to talk about the water and how can we share our resources, you know, with different countries. I had people from Sudan, Tanzania, Uganda, some colleagues from Uganda, and Ethiopia. So it has been really nice and productive conversation. My only concern is I don't know how this is going to be actualized, because we could have dialogues like this, we could have these talks and conversation, but my desire is to see these ideas being implemented. But it's very difficult to be implemented if some of the bodies or some of the countries are not here. For instance, Egypt did not attend this conference again this time. And I know there's a lot of things that are going on internally, internal issues, sensitive issues, and all this kind of stuff. But I think, you know, it's very hard to find a bad solution to something like this if not all of us come together and try to decide to do. And I think it's the same thing. It's a similar thing with One Africa. The reason why it's not happening because the people who really want it to happen, and some of the countries that are not concerned about it. As a result, we don't really have strong African union because not everybody is, you know, on the same page. And I think it's the time for us to just vote. You know, to vote, we could just do like democracy kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you have 54 countries in the continent, you vote. If you have like more votes who want One Africa, then it doesn't matter whether you want or you don't, we're gonna have the One Africa. I think it's the time to do something like that. So my wish and prayer and my hope is that Africa will come along and will get along with one another. I said this before when I was having an interview with EBS, that it doesn't matter. We don't need to like each other. All right. I can't force you to like me if you don't like me, but at least we can have dialogues. At least we can have conversation. At least we can agree to disagree sometimes. At least we can make decision for things that matters a lot, especially for our next generation. But this rivalry, this competition that we have among each other and the continent, it doesn't do us any good. You know what I'm saying? Because it keeps dividing us. As a result, they keep taking advantage of us. And who to blame is us. So kudos to Ethiopia, first of all, for taking this initiative, AfriRun. I'm very excited. I can't wait to visit again next year, you know, for this forum. Hopefully I can speak a little bit. But more than that, I'm just grateful that we are at this very moment. And I'm just grateful that at least, to be honest, personally, when I look at this, I have hope. I have hope for the continent, and because we are willing to sit down and to have dialogues. So that is the beautiful thing. And I think this should be done in all other sectors. When you talk about Africa's unit, when you talk about the single currency in the continent, when you talk about, you know, opening borders, when you talk about tribeless Africa, or, you know, no visa, you know, like you can travel anywhere you want in any country. I think we should have these kind of dialogues to sit down and to discuss. But I don't want to talk about this alone. I want to hear my brother Mikias. Mikias, what would you have to say about what is happening with everything? Let's do this. All right. This is my brother Mikias, by the way, our coordinator from Ethiopia. It's good to see you, brother.
Good to see you too, Mika. It was a very nice initiative, like stated by our foreign minister. The main thing is natural gifts are for every people. So we must sit down and have a good dialogue and share our resources, because our continent is over 1.4 billion. So this shows that if we work together, we have a huge potential. So we can concern this and put it to every sector, like in the economic sector, in the political sector, in the education sector, in every sector. So we must work together, and everybody should participate, at least. Even if we don't agree, we must participate. And Mika said almost all. I just want to say hi to everybody. Have a good one.
Hi. Anyways, guys, so that is it. I'm here with my brother Mikias, by the way. No, look at this guy. Anyways, man, so it's really good to be here in Ethiopia. And I'm just glad because, first of all, this thing, it just happened for a single day. It's really good that we have only single day discussion, because sometimes it could be boring. And one suggestion, really to build up, and I think, because we need to give constructive ideas so that next time we can do better. So my suggestion would be this. I think for the years to come, we should figure out of something very creative to do. Because I don't think so that I mean, if we keep on doing the same way, it's going to be very effective, like sitting down and having discussion and listening to the speech and all those stuff. I don't think so, but I think we should go to the implementation sides, because I think for these 3 time summits, I think we have discussed a lot. We have a lot of decisions, and suggestions, but I think it's the time to go and to implement these ideas. So perhaps the next conference, the next forum that we're going to have, maybe we can sit down and discuss not the way forward, but actually putting something on the table that, okay, this is what we discussed last year. What have we achieved so far until right now? And what are we supposed to do even more for the, for the coming year, and so on and so forth. But if we come here, we discuss, we share ideas, we do presentation and everything, then nothing will get done. Because as a people, as an individual, we don't really, sometimes we're kind of lazy, we just sit here, take pictures, discuss, and nothing being done. But we actually need to do something. If there's things that we can do, we need to start taking actions and to implement it. And perhaps next year we can have, more creative in the dialogues, perhaps, even including, the rest of the world as well, to have this conversation. Because I think, we cannot really avoid this conversation. So perhaps we can stream even live for the entire world to see and to have this discussion, so that this dialogue can be open to the rest of African countries as well, and to see what we can bring about change to, the whole idea of now. Once again, I appreciate for all the organizers. The event was amazing. It was incredible. Tomorrow we're gonna have an opportunity to run around the streets of Addis Ababa to see perhaps, Adwa Museum, and to see some other, pretty beautiful scenarios of, you know, Addis Ababa. I can't wait to have that time. So I appreciate, thank you so much for having me. Swahili Nation One Africa, I love you guys. Thank you for standing with us. Until next time, I love you guys. Masaganalo. Hey everybody, as you guys know that I'm in Ethiopia, and I want to share something a little bit. Right now where I am here, this is Skyline Hotel, and like 7, 8, like almost 1 year ago, they did not have this new building. They actually had their old building. One thing that it really forces me to talk about this, it is because I am super proud of what actually Ethiopia is achieving, because this Skyline Hotel is actually owned by Ethiopian Airline, and Ethiopian Airline is owned by the government, right? I say this area that if you go to most of African countries and find the beautiful and great hotels like this, they're usually owned by somebody else. You know, they're owned maybe by private sectors, they're owned by foreigners who are living in our countries, they invest in our countries. But here in Ethiopia, that's a different case, all right? The government is actually owning what you see, which is something to be proud of, because this is actually the most beautiful hotel here in Ethiopia. And that's one of the reasons why I'm always so proud of this country. That's why I always call myself Ethiopian. Even some of you are telling me that you're not Ethiopia, you don't know nothing about Ethiopia. But man, I love this country because of what it stands for, because of what it represents. Right? Whenever I come to this country, I feel proud being African. I feel proud being born from this continent. You know what I'm saying? So this is one of the things that I think all of us we could learn, all of us we could see, and all of us we could appreciate. Yes, there are things that are not going right, just like all the stories of all different countries in the entire continent. Yes, there are those things, but also there are things that are going right. And when we face them, when we see them, we need to appreciate, we need to acknowledge, and we need to applaud. So for today, I just want to inspire you guys that yes, there's a lot of things that are not going right. I understand. So do I, even in my country or any other country. But let's take a moment to look at one good thing that is happening in the country and appreciate that and celebrate that and be proud because of that. And let that cause us to come together as one people and fight for a beautiful country, for a beautiful continent of Africa. I love you guys. See you later.